Is it better now? Is it better? Yes. Okay. I don't know. That was weird. That was weird. I don't know what was happening there. That was just weird. Okay. 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 Good now. Good now. I bet. I bet. Also, let me see if OBS is getting OBS is not getting chats at all. Uh, who cares about YouTube stream? Nobody cares about that much. All right. Uh, Unk, thoughts on mumbo sauce? I really haven't tried mumbo sauce. Is it really meta? You're talking through underwater microwave twin. Is this still happening? Um. Hey. Here from I want to be dumb video. I'm doing my part using nothing. But AI to do my work. Yo, this is peak being dumb. Huge W. Just watch your browser video with everything being on the left. What browser do I use? I use Zen browser. So it's basically a fork of Firefox that is just like built around an entire paradigm of like having your browser on the left, abandoning bookmarks and all that stuff. So that's what I use as my daily driver. Here's like my Zen, I guess. So go to google.com if you want to look at it. Like this is what I have right now. So yeah. Minecraft clone speedrun when? Low key, I'm learning C++ in class, so it's not crazy to say if I want to do a Minecraft and C++ like speedrun. But I wouldn't say that's like a week thing, like a 2 week thing. I low key cannot like create Minecraft in that short of a time. I asked AI to make my workout plan. I'm in so much pain, but we lit. Oh my god, yeah. I use AI a lot for like recovery exercise because I have IT band syndrome, and it prevented me from running for quite a bit. So now I'm doing like a routine that I made with GPT, and hopefully my plan is like end of next month I should be able to run again without any pain. That's if I stay dedicated to my workout plan though, which I'm committed to doing that much. I saw your I saw you made something on C++ in my GitHub feed log. Yeah. Okay, so I was doing a calculator speed run because like I wanted to learn how to use C++ because we had C++ class like last week and I did not know what was going on and I did not like that feeling because like in class last year we did Python. I knew Python already, right? So I was just chilling. But now we're doing C++ and I don't know what I'm going on. I'm like I don't want to feel like a noob. So I just locked in. How's it going, Nico? You're always on For You page. You seem to be a genuine guy. Thank you, man. I try to be. All right, here's what we got. How did you promote your application, your coding? With what you're seeing right here, like just streaming, and I also uploaded YouTube videos. I also posted on Reddit. I think that Reddit like gave me a huge boon because I got like what? I got like 1K upvotes and like 100K views on Reddit. So Reddit was absolutely like W's for me. I probably will post about Icarus on Reddit soon, TM. Hopefully, if I win the hackathon, I'll be like, yo, I won $6,000 in my Valorant application or whatever. So that would be a cool thing. But right now, what I've been doing, videos and TikTok stream, I guess. Eclipse is making my cortisol spike. What do I do? Use JetBrains IDE, bruh. Come on, what are you doing? Literally, just get like JetBrains. Like, what's the IDE called? I have it on my IntelliJ. Yeah, IntelliJ. I use IntelliJ for like making like high tail mods, and it was like absolutely better than using Eclipse for Java. C++ is really good language to learn. It teaches you a lot of low level fundamentals. Yeah, about like memory management and all that stuff. I'll eventually like come across that in class, but hopefully it's not too hard. Teacher is forcing us to use Eclipse in 2025. In the big 25, he's forcing yo Billy. I'm sorry for your loss, bro. But your teacher gotta go, bro. He gotta go. Can he even tell you're using Eclipse? Can't you just like work on it on your own computer using like freaking IntelliJ and like don't care about it? Like he's not gonna force you in class to use Eclipse, like actually, right? Because my teacher was trying to get us to use PyCharm, but I just used Visual Studio Code the entire time, and he didn't gaff. Well, he couldn't even see my computer because I wasn't in class. So. Also, guys, Icarus hit 50 stars on GitHub. Thank you guys so much. I really love that. Now I can learn like having 50 stars. The only thing downloaded on my school computers is Eclipse. Yo, Billy, I'm gonna teach you something. You can actually do something called a code spaces on GitHub. So if you create like a GitHub repo, you can just do this. Create a code space, and it's essentially essentially VS Code in your browser. So that's how I used to use like VS Code back at like during school in high school because we didn't have any actual IDE. So I'll just open a code space and just use VS Code in the browser, and it like work with Java. Like I know it's pretty fine. If you have the student plan, especially, you're not even gonna get like touched on something like pricing. Um, has anyone ever helped you with funding your project? I'm thinking of donating directly. Nobody has helped me with funding my Icarus actually. So if you want to donate, that would be a great help. There is a buy me a coffee link in the project repo. So yeah, thank you. My college PCs suck. I switched to my VPS and use NeoVim. Yes, this is peak. Oh wait, cause like yeah, NeoVim he's using the terminal, right? Oh my god, that's so peak. Wait, what the fuck? Wait. He might be cooking something. NeoVim users 1, us 0, bro. Holy crap. Oh, thank you, Nika. Thanks for the follow. I heart Caitlin. All right. So essentially, what we're gonna be working on today is like getting copying and pasting working within my application. And it's not like copying and pasting wasn't working anyways, but rather because of the fact that people want to be able to like copy an image and just do Control V, boom, it's on the screen, right? So right now I'm working on implementation that's kind of like a little bit weird. So the thing about having copying and pasting here is that it conflicts with the base keybinds of the application. So whenever I wanted to like integrate copy and pasting, you essentially won't be able to paste text normally. And I'm like, that's not how it should work. So right now I'm kind of conflicted between like whether or not I should overhaul exactly how it works or not. Yeah, how's it going, Gomez? On my cheeks busting. Yeah. Oh my god, bro. I think I cooked this so hard. Mm, 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 mm. Yo, what's up, dude? I'm employed, Dev, but how do I start streaming? I mean, on TikTok, you can start streaming if you get like what? If you show them you have an account that does stuff. Because like what I did when I first started, when I didn't have 1,000 followers, was that I showed them a YouTube account with like 1,000 views, and they're like, you know what? Go ahead, you can stream on TikTok. I was like, all right, bet, let's go. uh, your teacher is also the coach for the soccer and basketball team, so he doesn't really care or teach. Oh, never mind. Yeah, low key. At that rate, bro, just do whatever you want, bro. That's LARP LARP Sahor right there, bro. So sorry for you. All right, so I think what we're gonna do is that whenever the user opens the upload image tab, what I have it do right now is that whenever if the user has a screenshot like in their clipboard, it'll automatically put that in there, like boom, like absolutely fire, right? And then you just click use image, and ideally it'd be able to use the image and then get you your stuff. Now I have this clipboard button here, but I'm not sure if this is the right way to go about it by having a clipboard button be exactly right here and not before this. Your college is so unbelievably cooked. Yeah, I would say yeah. Like colleges are just like kind of not geared for comp sci right now, like at all. You're gonna have to put in like way more work outside of school than in school, because like they're so behind. I'm so sorry to say they're so behind, and different colleges have different standards of teaching. So you can might go to a different school and like absolutely get good at advice, and you wouldn't even need to do like any other thing outside of school. But you can go to another college where like you don't get shit, right? So that's what my general advice is, like always do stuff outside of college, because your college might be the one that's chopped, and you need to lock in, right? Question: what am I using to make the app? I am using the Flutter framework to make the app, and I have what I use many IDs like what VS Code, Cursor, Zed, whatever I'm feeling honestly that day, and whatever my goal is for that day, I just like do whatever honestly. But ideally, I'd love to use Zed all the time, but Zed has issues that kind of break stuff. Can I send it here? I mean, I can just like if you just strip Flutter, you should just see like the framework like in the top there. We didn't have an actual teacher for 8 months, so we get random people that weren't qualified. What the fuck? Wait, are you serious? And you're paying money for college? Holy cooked. Fucking hell. That's crazy, bro. Actually. I feel bad for you now. No shot they're doing that. Oh, just an alert. Tell me what you wanna be like. All right, let me go to my dashboard and fix this. Cause my OBS is like cooked right now. So let me just copy paste. Okay. Oh, finally works. Okay. So like YouTube and Twitch won't like be losing their minds now. Can you use any language? I would say Flutter's only Dart, so you can only use Dart and Flutter, but you can use any language to build a well, you can't use any language to build an application, but you can use the native language to build an application. Yes. Flutter or React Native. The thing about this like statement, Nedum, is that each framework are specifically designed for a specific use case. For example, you React Native is all about actually using the native bindings and just like having JAWS interop between them, and then most of the time you're going to be needing to actually write native code to connect those two bits, but it makes it easy to have like one single code base, right? But Flutter's approach is entirely different. Flutter's like, yo, we're going to put an entire rendering engine into the application so that everything is just like visually drawn on the screen, and we can have just one base like rendering schema, and then we'll just like recreate what the native buttons look like and what the native feel looks like, right? And so each of this approach has their own benefits and like downsides, so you would like have to choose, hey, what does my application do? Do I actually need those native features? If not, I would say, okay, then go ahead and use Flutter, or maybe use like something else, right? So always take those tools into context of like what they're needed for and what they're used for. Yeah, our team is using React Native for consistency as well. Yeah, because like, especially if you're deploying to web as well, I feel like React Native is better. No. All right, let's go to the upload image dialog, and I think what I'm gonna do here is that I'm gonna move this button you see here. I'm gonna move it not to like just be before the cancel, and then it'll be peak. Let me make sure my mic is also close enough so y'all not cooked. Incoming Amazon freshman. Yes. Well, I'm freshman right now, but I'm incoming at Amazon this summer. So yeah. Let's see. So this is getting the clipboard. Blah blah blah. We're just gonna move this. Put this right here. Boom. And then now hot reload. Let it hot reload. Boom. The buttons here, which makes more sense. I think the cancel button's kind of cooked the way it kind of looks. So I'm gonna fix that. So instead of it being like outline, I'm gonna make it secondary, so that's better. Bro, Flutter is so hard. I'm gonna stick to React Native. Really? Flutter is hard? I don't think Flutter is that hard, chat. It's like low-key mad easy. Maybe I'm too Flutter pilled. Maybe I've used Flutter for so long that I think it's easy. All right, so now we have use image, we have the paste button, and then we have the cancel button. So this is a clipboard file. I guess the main issue with the way this is that it's gonna affect the way images are showcased, because I don't have the specific file attachment to them when I'm saving them, which is really an issue. You never wanted React Native. What you actually did, what was Flutter? Nah, it would be like you never wanted React Native. What you wanted was Kotlin and Swift. Bro, I still have to do the student Swift challenge, but Amazon hasn't hit me up because I want to get a new laptop, because my current laptop is like what, M2 8 GB, which is fine because like I only code when I'm outside of like school or whatever, like when I'm on the move, like I do light work, so it's fine for that. But now that I want to like actually get pretty serious about stuff, I can't do that on that laptop. Like it just absolutely like kills itself. So we're gonna be waiting on the upgrade from them. All right, so this is we're clearing. Okay. I guess I want to fix the way this is visually being portrayed. So let's go ahead and fix that. So upload image, blah 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 bloop. Okay. So if we go to the image upload square where this function is being defined, and then we have an inkwell with the clip rect and all this stuff, and it has that image with the box. Let's do it fit. Box fit contain rather should be the right one. So then now it's like this, where it actually like tries to fit it into here. Amazon LARP, yeah, big LARPs up in here. Guys, you think I should learn like the JJK dance, like the one where like Gojo's like dancing like that? Okay, can I close this out? Let me fix this. Is information systems a good degree for money? I don't like gauging degrees on money because I low-key don't know anything about InfoSci for money. So I would say do your research on that, and you should be fine ideally though. Like if it's not like something crazy like no offense arts, like you'll be fine for money, right? I scrolled past a dev streaming yesterday. He was making an app called GoonSync. So, what does this app do exactly? Does it how Goon Sync? What is Goon Sync? Yeah, how's it going at Mama's Coon? How's it going? What the fuck is Goon Sync, bro? How do you sync? How do you sync Goon? I can't even tell you. How do I research stuff like that? I always want to see different numbers. I would say just literally look on information systems, average salary. It's a bunch of like research about stuff like that. So just look at that, and then just like look at this, and then you look at all the average salaries or whatever. So yeah, and then base your life off of that essentially. What am I doing right now? I am working on my application, and right now I'm working on figuring out how I should implement copying and pasting within the application. Yes. Why am I so curious about this Goon Sync? Am I cooked? I would say the reason why you're curious about Goon Sync, number one, the name involves an act that's very, very weird, right? And then why sync in there? What are we syncing? It makes your brain ask a lot of questions, and you're like, what the hell is going on? This is how I get views on LinkedIn, by the way. It's the same thing. You want to make whenever somebody sees your post, your media, whatever, make them think, what the fuck am I looking at? That's what you want them to think, right? So when I posted my 6'7" LinkedIn post, this post right here, I want people to say, yo, who is this and why are they posting this, right? You want to make the brain ask questions and let it seek the answer, right? That's what you want. Yo, how's it going, Dead Dev? Thanks for the follow, Ben. All right, let's fix a couple of things here. Finally, bro, you're live. How are you? I'm good. I just had like a bunch of caffeine, so we're gonna be like what, trying to survive off of that. And so yeah, it's going good. Nice. Does it support Web3? There's some Web3 packages, so you should be fine. Let's see here. I'm curious about something here. So right now, the entire process flow is that we click this, we have the images, like we can like upload like this. The one thing that it becomes more of an issue though is the fact that I want to be able to, for example, just copy an image. I'm gonna take this image, copy, and then I'm gonna take this image, I'm gonna paste it. Oh, it works. Okay, nice. Okay, so not too bad. Yeah, go on ZipRecruiter and I'll find salaries from there. Yeah, I would say there's other sites for that as well. There's actually like full-blown research done on that as well. What app am I building? I'm building Icarus. It's an open source Valorant strategy creator for Valorant pros and esports teams. Essentially, the entire point is that it like brings in all of the in-game data from the game of Valorant, because Valorant's a hero shooter, meaning it has multiple characters with multiple different abilities that have multiple different sizes. So without having a tool that brings in all of those like tools and data into one like concrete position, it's impossible to plan strategies for the game of Valorant. So essentially what I do is like I bring in like what this character Breach, for example. I have all its abilities like this. So to scale to the map 100%, like the limits and the way it behaves in the game of Valorant is 100% accurate within my application, which is absolutely peak. Did I get Grid API yet? Z's. I'm gonna tell you something even better. I didn't get Grid API access. Well, no, actually I did get Grid API access, but I realized I don't need that shit because when I checked like their API, a lot of data was incomplete. It didn't look like something I wanted to work with. So I just like abandoned it, and I was like, you know what? I'll just use like the traditional Riot API. And I figured out how to like download data from it, and I was able to actually read Valorant match data. So I'll show you what it looks like right now. So it would be because I have a version of it I did for the hackathon, which is the one with a bunch of features in it, even AI. But I'm not gonna put AI in Icarus yet. What am I looking for here? It's gonna be hackathon version, and then it's gonna be Icarus. Nice to meet you, bro. I have a project that I'm working on right now, but I don't have enough English speakers. Damn. You should join my Discord. I have a Discord with a bunch of people in there, so you can definitely get some English speakers from the people there. How did the hackathon go? I would say it went good. I did, no offense, but like I added a lot of features like a week before the due date. So yeah. But this is what I submitted. So essentially I imported my Valorant match. This is a match I played like what, 2-3 weeks ago, and everything is in here from like the rounds and the kills and all that stuff. It's all in here completely. And then I added an AI tool that takes like the screenshots and analysis of the gameplay and like tells you stuff. So I can analyze the current round, win condition, first death, and trade plan, and it can take all that context and actually like give meaningful information. Which no shit, I was surprised that it actually worked. Like it's talking about all of this information and it like drops references for like the times it's talking about, which is really really cool. I wasn't gonna put AI in Icarus yet, but wasn't your last stream about adding AI to Icarus? Yeah, but the thing is that I was adding AI only for the hackathon, only for the hackathon, because like the hackathon actually required there to be like an AI tool or whatever. I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'll just like go ahead and spin that up, and I actually found some value in it. I think this is pretty good. I think this is like a last thing to add though. Like it's not even on remotely close to my list of features that's like necessary because at this point if you're going to be using this app, you have the visual capability of knowing what's going on and being able to recognize those issues. So yeah. All right, let's go back to I guess LARPing, true LARPs. So what I do want to do and what I do want to fix is the oh yeah, let me fix this. I'll fix this later. All right. Let's go back to save not a 2 grid rather. 2 grid contains all of this work, and then this would be the upload image dialog. So essentially, we want to take the info gotten from the upload image dialog, which is going to hopefully return something. So when you pick an image, blah, 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 we handle the file drop. We do this much. We open this. Are we gonna return something here? Let's see. Cars might have some competition. Dara is becoming a true LARPer. Yes, I'm literally becoming like peak LARP right now. And then so when we click upload rather, right? Oh, I forgot. Now everything is no longer handled. It's all handled within this function. Oh, okay, this makes sense. I think I'm trying. All right, let's go back to it would be in actions. No actions, and then I want to take this use image button rather, and then I want to unpress for the has selection. Selections bytes equals null. So why is on pressed pointing to oh this is point it's not pointing to a bool. Okay. It's popping the list and then sending over info of what it got. Okay. Also returns null. Okay, so technically we can await for that in the return value for okay. Makes sense, makes sense. Make SF LARP simulator with ABG AI chat bots. This might be peak LARPs, guys. I'm gonna cry. I think we follow Cert and Kabit. I think that's how you say it. All right, all right. Okay, so essentially, I have to figure out how to take this info and then like turn it into something useful. All right, I'm gonna ask GPT for a question because I forgot how to do something. So peak LARPs right now. For max efficiency, dump the entire DB into client for client-side rendering to save on computing costs. Yes. Drop the entire DB to client. Yes, we've won. Peak. But this application is actually local first, so technically the DB is local, if you think what I'm saying. There is no online component, so yeah. We might be losing Dara to AI. I'm asking a question, guys. Okay, all right. All right, here is peak prompt engineering, guys. Okay, look at this. All right, so I have a shad dialog that returns the value of the image. How do I, what am I gonna say? How do I freaking pack it? How do I receive that value and then perform actions upon that value? Like get the return value for that value. That is so horrible. But yeah. Why am I coding for Scratch in the Big 26? Where's the agents? I don't know. I just enjoy doing this like this. Although I have experimented with like full blown AI workflow, for example, for the hackathon version of Icarus, that was all like GPT 5.2 open code. I was like flying through that. But sometimes I want to take a moment and like slow down for a little bit and like see what's going on in there. So you did already the return value part, the pop context navigation. Next step is, oh, this is agent mode. I was asking a question. That's fine. Oh well, let it go. Dara is 100% the best prompt engineer I ever saw. You saw me like make 12 mistakes in my freaking thing. So okay, so now we're awaiting the bytes from there. Oh, so probably shouldn't do it like that. It's changing my code. I don't want it to do that. Nope. Stop. This is the issue. So I'm just gonna take this. I'm gonna change back to ask mode because it does not. Yeah, it doesn't understand the way I interpret stuff. So that's how I'm gonna have to go about things. What am I building? I'm working on a tool called Icarus, which is an open source Valorant strategy creator. And essentially, it's a tool for Valorant pros and esports teams to plan strategies inside of the game of Valorant, outside of the game of Valorant, without having to like open the game on the side, right? So I bring in all the characters, all of their abilities, and make sure everything's up to scale with the map, including the ability sizes, all of the agents' characteristics, and I give them note-taking tools so they can draw, they can add images, they can add text, they can add lineups, and they can add even YouTube videos, so they can have easy reference and like share them with your team as well. Is it fully made for AI, or do you already have the basics? Oh, I made this like myself. Like I think what I would say 10% of the code base might be AI generated. Like this is like a year ago. I started this a year ago, and that's when like AI was looking kind of buns. Like that was like what GPT 5.4 point something era, or even like 3 era. Let's see this. I'm curious. Relying on AI is counterintuitive, not gonna lie. Yeah, because like at some point you gotta like still to be able like because you have a context window yourself, right? And if you're not actively reviewing and checking all this stuff, then you're not gonna be able to make the right prompts and know when to automate stuff. Like, why is my VS Code making noise? What the fuck? Y'all hearing this, right? What? What the fuck? VS Code making noises. No, we're not using Ralph loops, guys. That's holy code. What am I doing right now? I am working on adding a feature to my application called Icarus. Right now, what I'm working on is allowing people to copy and paste images into the application because right now you can just like upload an image, right? But like I want support for copying and pasting rather. What do you use for coding? I use Caro AI. Right now, my current stack for AI coding or whatever is open code with GPT 5.2. And that should be that. What does my application do? So essentially, it's for the game of Valorant and allows pro players, esports teams, and just like very competitive people in general to be able to come in, plan strategies for the game of Valorant inside of the game, outside of the game. So I bring in all the in-game data, all the context, including the abilities, the characters, and all their various sizes and ranges within the map. So for example, this ability right here is exactly 1:1:2 scale, so how long and how wide it is within the game of Valorant. And this becomes really important because you can come in, you can draw, take notes, add images, add YouTube videos, and add all this context and data in order to create better plans and be able to share them with people, which is really, really important. Try using Kiro AI instead of VS Code. Like the Kiro editor, I would not. You want to use Kiro like as my IDE. It's looking kind of buns. How old am I? I'm 18. Let's see. What am I waiting on actually? I'm looking for the question here. All right, so you're ready to return the value, blah blah blah. So I would just have to do what essentially? So unpressed asynchronous. What would I be returning here? You open it and then return ignore the return value. Oh, does this return a value? So instead what I do is I do this. Ah, that makes sense. Okay. Some dude out there using Eclipse right now. Pray for him. Yo, literally, Billy is being forced to use the clips right now. So I would say send your prayers to Billy right now. All right. I'm curious how this is gonna affect the way I go about doing things because of the fact that images have extensions within my application. So I need to be able to grab the extension of an image. And I think I have a tool that does that. I just need to remember where it is. So honestly, I might just like get some open code going and figure out what's going on here. What's Eclipse? Eclipse is the worst IDE ever. It's an IDE built for Java that was made in the Unk years, and it's absolutely abysmal to use. And teachers still force students to use this all the time. Icarus. And the fact that you don't know about it tells me a lot about how horrible it is. Open code. Then we should be good. Why am I coding and not watching sports ball? Oh, I don't watch football. Okay, so I'm gonna build, ask, or whatever. Do you can you find a function in my code base that I'm looking for a function. I have an idea where it's in, but I'm not sure if it's there. What is it? What am I looking for? That can tell what file type and image is from the bytes or something, because I do need that. All right, that should be fine. I'll check myself then. Almost maximum, so you guys can see more. All right, and then I'm gonna close this out, and that should be fine. Okay, so this is dead code, which makes sense because we take the allowed extensions, and then we take the file name, and then we have the add image right here. Also, how do I mute this again? So user settings, sound, accessibility support, you just have to disable it. Where is this at? All right, so I'm gonna do this. Settings, accessibility support. Boy. All right, I should be fine now. What is open code? Open code is essentially a version of a kind of like coding CLI, kind of like Claude code, but except it allows you to use whatever provider you want. So I can use GPT, I can use Claude, I can use Kimi K2 or whatever. So it allows me to basically use my AI models while having the context of my entire project file. Do I play Apex? I played Apex for a bit, but it was never really my thing. Partially because like battle royales were not my thing in the first place. Cause like the loop of like just going in and dying just kind of sucked. But I did play Apex for like 2 weeks. Enough. What distro am I using right now? I'm using Windows. But I do plan on switching to Linux very soon, guys. Just give me a minute. I need to buy a hard drive and then like figure out my entire process flow for that. But eventually, I will be switching to Linux for a bit. Gang, what if we use CS for pure evil? You're gonna end up in jail, chat. They do not pay. They do not play about those corporate crimes, bro. I'm telling you, they did not play about that bullshit. I couldn't find if any function that arrives the file timestamp, blah blah blah. Detect image format is here, and place PNG closest place that handles a file timestamp for image bytes. Detect instant image provider. Let's see. Close image provider, and then detect file format. Ooh, is this peak? Let's fucking go. I found it. I found this. Okay. Yeah, the fuck, I didn't recognize it because of the bottom. Yeah, I fully riced up my Windows installation. I'm gonna make a video on that probably like within this week on how to do that. It was actually not too hard. Like this is my current like let me show you guys my main homepage. Like this is it. This is what I got. Like absolutely peak, beautiful setup right now. Never miss a Dara stream. Yeah, I'm always dropping game. All right, let's open this back. So I want to take this function, and honestly, this function is just we're gonna modify a little bit. So it's not gonna be a private function anymore. Loop, loop, loop. And then we're just gonna do some little static. Boom. Oh wait, it doesn't even need to be static because it's not within a file at all. So honestly, I'd love to put it within a file though, within a class rather. I'll figure that one out. What is internship for? An internship is basically a job, but it's temporary. If you know what I mean. But yeah, my brother is back on Arch. Is he a is he a femboy? I don't know, man. Like the moment you open like code at all, you're already cooked. All you need now is high knee socks, bro. Dara Linux from scratch speedrun tomorrow, 8:30, not optional. Bro, I don't have a hard drive, bro. I don't want to wipe my entire drive. And I barely have any space too. Like look at my computer right now. Literally zero space. So I'm like honestly kind of cooked right now. I'm a follow you, bro. Thank you, man. Thank you, Michael. All right, so my ID is a freaking chud because it did not work. Okay, there. Thank you. Detect image format, my freaking goat. I'm just gonna take. I'd love to like. I'll just take this. Yes. Don't get mad at me. I'm just gonna drop it right here and then make it a static function. So like I don't just like access it randomly, and then that would be cool. Okay, and there should be no errors within my code base. Now I can take the raw bytes that I'm giving from the application and do stuff with that. Do you get experience? Do you get money from it, or is this an experience? So there are different types of internships. They're unpaid internships and they're paid internships. The one I'm going to in most major companies, internships are actually paid. So like people, like it's weird. There's unpaid internships, there's paid internships, and there's internships you have to pay to like actually get into. It's like really weird. I feel like they should like really change the way they're calling it just like a general internship, because like some people try to like scam kids and say like, yo, come do this internship, meanwhile you pay like 50K to do the internship. Absolutely bullshit. So yeah, ask for a raise in your internship. It's meta, trust me. Do I solo code my application? Yes, I've been doing solo dolo my entire life, partially because I started in high school and I didn't have any friends. Well, I had friends, but I didn't have any friends that did like programming and knew as much as I did. So I was kind of like on my own, just like doing my own bullshit, right? How many milligrams of Adderall do I need to take to become an Amazon intern? I would say zero. Low key, I didn't start taking coffee until, what would it be? Until college. I didn't start like doing caffeine until college. So I would say you need zero. You just need a lot of time and need to stay inside 24/7 and code 24/7. Does language matter when you're applying to a big company, or just your skill to make something? It's your skill to make something most of the time. Like usually, if you're like with like in terms of like language, you will most likely have experience with the tech they're using. Like no matter what, like you can't be a dev without touching JS at least once, right? Or like touching Python at least once. So like it's your ability to learn already becomes so high enough that you can transition in like 2 seconds, right? So it doesn't matter that much. What do you need to get an internship? I would say the most meta way to get an internship right now is like the current like the current space is kind of fucked. So my method for that is like the 3 maxes. That's what I like to call it. So number one, project max. You want to build actually long-lived projects that like that say something, that have users, that have they don't even need to have users, but like are actually something that you've shown to be working out for a long time and are like good enough to be put as an experience in your resume, right? After you have good projects, the next thing is to network max. You want to be going to hackathons. You want to be going to career fairs, and you want to not just go there to just win, because the point of hackathons is not winning. The point is to go there to socialize, meet people, and get connections, because that's going to be really important. Like think about this mentally. The more devs you know, the more likely you're hard to get a job. That's just literally how it works, right? So try to know people, even the people at the sponsor booth. Don't just like say, yo, take my resume. Like actually talk to them, get to know them, maybe get their LinkedIn on the way out. Like who knows, right? So just try to like have honest conversations with those people, and it'll be really, really important. And then after that, I would say leak code comes like third last, which is still important because you need to be able to like get through the interview anyways, right? So leak code comes last, and leak code is honestly like so low maintenance. You can just do like one problem every day and just chill. Like it's not really that much of an issue. Is Rocky Linux good or Fedora? I'm gonna use Linux soon, and I have no prior knowledge. I would say, what is it? People have been like saying Omar Archie's peak, so I don't know. Like the setup for Omar Archie is really easy. So I would say look into Omar Archie. ABG Max and become management. Yes, I'll become like what? Vibe code manager or something, senior vibe code engineer, and just manage everything. Um, how can you study after COVID? I lost that skill and I have a good GPA because I'm smart, and but I don't study. I would say I don't. Okay, I don't study necessarily as like I sit down on my books and I just like read it necessarily. I only study as a form of practice, for example. So within my math class, if the teacher went over a problem, I saw like, yo, I don't even know what's going on. I'll just like literally do my assignments, like do the work over and over again, and like, so I'm okay, I'm confident I understand this, and then that boom. Like I don't study traditionally as like memorizing stuff. The only class I do that is like what for my Japanese class, which is like a language class. You have to study. You literally have to copy words memory and like remember that, right? So I like to learn by like actually doing and implementing the things. I feel like that's the most efficient way to learn entirely, right? So I don't like spend hours studying, like never, literally. And I got a 4.0 GPA, so like it works, right? Um, what do you do for project maxing? I would say the best way to create good projects is to be like, yo, find something in your life that's pissing you off and try to use code to fix it. That's going to lead you to number one, a product that you're going to be able to work on in the long term because it's something that actually affects your life. So you're more motivated to keep like working on it because you're making an impact in your life, right? Number two is that it also gives it a good story. If they ask you, yo, why did you create this project? You can go into like a blah, 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 this happened, that happened. And eventually I was just like, you know what? I just got to create this, right? Number three, it also makes it that you're more likely to have users because the chances that you have a problem means other people have problems. Like there's 9 billion people in the world. You're telling me that 9 billion of them like don't have the same problem you do, right? So that's really, really important. And that's exactly it. That's why you read my name. You have Japanese subject. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's why I was able to read your name. I don't mean memorizing even I mean doing anything. I don't want to learn anything literally. Oh damn. I would say for that, just find something you're genuinely interested in. For me, that's programming. I want to program. I want to create things. I want to work on the stuff I'm working on. And I just like I don't just want to program just to be like, oh yeah, write print dot out. Like I'm yearning for the end goal of creation, right? And programming is just the means to get to that point, right? So that's how I think about it. And I have other like art based stuff. I draw on the side, but I stopped drawing because I got a lock on coding. I used to like do 3D modeling. So it's at the end of the day, like my entire like mindset is like yearn towards the end goal of creation and creating something cool, right? Which is really, really cool. I'm gonna go cook something. I need that internship. Yeah, Michael, join the Discord as well, because like people that are doing that same stuff as well are in the Discord. I'm in the Discord as well. So join the Discord. Send your info and then chat all the time. Basically, yeah. Did a round 2 interview with 4 different engineers, but didn't talk projects, straight technical, but went well. So here's hoping. Yes, T Kraus, you got this, bro. 100%, 1,000%. I'm telling you, all my viewers have jobs. They all have jobs. Except for like me, I'm freaking unemployed right now. But yeah. How you want to be mutuals? You can actually just follow me on TikTok and then I'll follow you back. Is it normal to learn something and after a while ago you forget it but quite remember it? Yeah, all the time. And that's the thing about why I tell people don't try to learn programming languages for the sake of learning them, because what you're learning is going 1 year in, you're out. In programming, you want to be learning something you actually want to use. So like the number one, knowledge sticks within your brain, so you're able to recall it better and just like makes more sense. And also the fact that in programming, you can transfer to many different languages that quick. Like for example, yesterday, 2 days ago, I had zero experience with C++. I hopped in, I created a calculator in C++ in 3 hours. I did not know what I was doing. Well, initially I didn't know what I was doing, but I unfortunately understand with like hours, right? So knowledge in programming is, even if you learn just one language, you can always transition to other things. It's not like one dimensional, right? It's really, really important. The same concepts apply everywhere. And they might be more and less attracted depending on the case, right? Thanks for the rose, Michael. How's it going, Shay? It's been a while. You wanted to talk about your projects though? Damn, that kind of sucks. We just joining the military, bro? Yeah, big W's on that. I'm not interested in my field too. I should go to psychiatrist, right? Wait. I should go to a psychiatrist, right? Not here, LMAO. I would say, yeah. Another thing I also do when I don't like I'm not motivated to do something is literally just do nothing. Like there's no way you're not motivated to do anything, right? So there's like do nothing. Like, stare at the screen for like 10 minutes. The first thing that comes to your mind, go do it. That's literally your body telling you, hey, I want to do something, right? Uh, it has. I've been locked and looking for a job. Nice, nice. How hard is it to break into the AI industry? I'm in my first year of uni at Toronto, and I only have attended a hackathon. I would say you're doing pretty good attending a hackathon, but I would say attend more hackathons. Really, really important. Start a project. Really, really important. And then what else? And then meet people, get connections, know more people. Knowing people is literally the best superpower ever. If there was something I would have done differently in my life, early on in my life, I would have like made more friends. Because I used to be so socially anxious back then. Make more friends, meet more people, because the more people you know, the higher chances of you just like getting opportunities increases exponentially, right? They tell me that learn AI, but when I heard it, what do they mean by learn? So okay, so the thing when people say learn AI, it can mean so many different things. That's why I hate that term so much, right? It's like okay, learn how to create AI models or learn how to interact with them, learn different use cases, question mark, question mark. There's so many different ways of learning, like so many different facets of learning like AI. It's like just saying learn AI really isn't the meta. I would say the best like quote unquote thing is like learn how to use AI to augment your workflow. Okay, that's like literally peak. That's probably what they mean when they say learn AI, and not just like oh learn how to create AI models, right? That's different like entire like use case and mathematical theory and all that crap, right? I've been ghosting the uni guys. I'll start locking it on and getting to know people. Yes, I would say yeah, get to know people. I'm guilty of this as well, guys. I try my best to not be though. What laptop do you recommend for a student going to cybersecurity? I would say just get like what a Dell. What's Dell's base lineup again? They're called oh I forget what they're called. Dell laptop. Intuos? No, Dell laptop or whatever. Uh, what are they called? They're Inspiron. You can get a Dell Inspiron, or if you want to be cool, Aiden, get a framework laptop. This is how you become cool. So all of the HUDs would be like, wow, oh my god, he uses a framework laptop. Oh my god, he's so hot. And then boom, that's how all the HUDs will want you. 2 seconds. Uh Patriots or Seahawks? I have zero idea. Like I literally, when I told you I don't watch football, I don't watch football. The only thing I watch is like YouTube. Like Dara's. You're just betting for fun? Damn. Wait, so you're asking me which one you should put your money on the line for? I say Seahawks. Also, this is not investment advice, guys. If you lose your money, don't ask me questions. I do not know anything. Okay, let's see this. Yeah. I want to pass 2 bits of data here. So I'm gonna use a what do they call it again? Is framework actually valid? Have you seen? Oh yeah, I see people use framework all the time. Like actually, framework. If you want to like framework laptops, look, you tell everyone like you know ball, you know ball. When I see a framework laptop, I'm like, yeah, that guy knows fucking ball right there. I see people use Flutter on laptops all the time. They're not rare anymore. Well, at least in my space, that is. I saw a guy on TikTok going viral. He put his life savings on the Seahawks, 33K. Holy crap! Fuck. I just spilled water on myself. I'm the smartest human alive. Holy crap. React Native or Flutter? I would say again, the same with this question is that I should make a video about this. React Native versus Flutter. I'll make a video on this, but okay, let me give my answer. So the thing about like stuff like React Native versus Flutter is the fact that all of these frameworks were designed for a specific use case in mind. For example, React Native is like based like, okay, we're gonna actually use native bindings in native code. So you might need to like go on occasion and write some actual native code to like make sure everything works, because some features might not be implemented. But it gives you the benefit of, hey, you're all running native code and it's not that much of an issue. But stuff like Flutter, for example, just like says, okay, scrap all that. We're gonna have our own built-in rendering engine that just like renders a bunch of stuff and it makes stuff look similar to how it is native, but it's obviously not like native like components being used, right? And those different approaches like have different benefits. For number one, Flutter, you can just go fast, right? So you don't have to like work with multiple different languages and have like a fragmented code base, right? So it all depends on like each one has its pros and cons. So you have to evaluate for your project, is this the right thing? Is this the right thing I should be using right now? And then go ahead from there. And that's like the thing you should be doing for everything in your life. Always ask that question. Is this the right tool for my use case? Yes, no, right? Terry Davis equals Dara Davis. Ain't nobody using Flutter? Alex, sorry to say, but I use Flutter for Icarus. So yeah. Anyways, I use Flutter to learn mobile apps and wish I went React Natives. So React skills carry over to web. Like that's something that makes sense, right? Flutter is never the right tool though. It depends, I would say, especially when you deploy for multiple platforms. It kind of is a valid tool enough. It depends on what you're doing initially. For example, I'm building an app for like desktop and like iOS, Mac OS, and then iPad OS eventually. And I don't regret choosing Flutter that much at all, actually. Now I'm starting to learn React Web. I see a ton of similarities to Flutter. Yeah, the thing is that it's not too different. Again, it's like I'm sure there's stuff that within, because like the entire stuff of like the DOM and stuff and the way it functions differently, but at the core of it, the ideas are still roughly the same, right? What am I doing? What am I building here? So Jesse Pats. I'm building an application called Icarus, which is an open source Valorant strategy creator, and so essentially allows pro esports teams and Valorant like players to play strategies inside of the game of Valorant, inside of the game, outside of the game. The entire point of this is that I bring all the in-game data, all of the abilities, all of the characters, all of the maps, and I make sure they're 1-to-1 to scale to how they behave and act on the map. So take for example this ability right here. The scale of it, like where it stops, where it ends, is exactly 1-to-1 to how it behaves within the game of Valorant. And this becomes really, really important when you want to plan strategies for your entire team, because you can come here, you can draw, you can add like images, you can write text, you can take multiple different types of notes, and even add YouTube videos on top of that, right? And it becomes like a really, really useful tool for just like planning and sharing information about the game. All right, let's go back to being a freaking chud. I think I would take this and do some work on it, because okay, that makes sense. So I'm gonna go into the shad dialog, and I'm gonna go into this, and we're gonna return something very different. So we have allowed file extensions here. Smart. Thank you, Jesse Pats. You know what? In all honesty, it's not crazy to just have the thing interpreted. Absolutely not crazy. All right, let's implement a rudimentary version, and like we'll go from there. So, all right. Final you int a list, and then image bytes that much, and I think we should be fine there. And now we can be like, yo, if it's null, if image bytes is equals null, return, right? And then if image bytes equals null, return. And then we're cool. What am I? Okay. So now we're gonna do something to get the file extension. So it's gonna be image provider dot detect file extension. Boom, boom, bup. Did it import it properly? I think my LSP might be slowing down. No. Let's see. I was just in that file a couple of minutes ago. That's weird. It's not gonna be a ref.read. No, it's not within the. Okay, let's go and just go check image. Placed image builder. No, nope. Image provider. There. So here's where I am right now, and then we have what file format or whatever. Image format. There it is. Detect image format. And if you go to here, this is under which class? Is this under the place image serializer? Oh, okay. Got it. It probably shouldn't be on here then. That's funny. You know what? That's fine. That's fine. Okay, so we're just gonna call from the placed image serializer. Boom. Serializer. Thank you. And then hey, is an OS a good project for a solid portfolio? I would say it's a pretty good project because like it's absolutely insane of a thing to like undertake. So if you want to build your own OS, it sounds like a very unique and fun project. Okay. What is this code like suggestion? This is absolutely bullshit. Can this stop bothering me? Thank you. I think I'm gonna follow Baby Bella and Nimbus. Am I using anti-gravity? No, I'm using cursor right now. So this is what? Detect image format. So it's a nullable string. I don't know why. It's like not getting mad at me the fact that it's nullable. Because it literally returns null. What the freaking crap? Okay. I might stop using cursor. Can I disable this honestly? Or can I tune it actually? Let's go to settings. Agents, editors, sidebar, cursor settings. And I want to change my tab complete stuff. Can I change what model is on tab complete? That would be like absolutely cool. Let's see. Let me fix this. Tab complete, agent autocomplete, contextual unprompting agent. Okay, not there. Tab, cursor tab, consider multi-line based on recent edits. Okay, you know what? It's fine. I'm fine. If file extension is null, return, except we're not gonna just return. That's kind of stupid. We'll just do show toast unsupported image format, or rather, we just do upload failed or whatever. Something like that. How long have I been programming? Programming for about let's see, how many years? 6, 7 years, honestly. It's been about that. Because I already know C and learning assembly to make a bootloader. Nice. What the freaking packet? What happened to my code? Did it just nuke my code? Why is my code getting knit? What the fuck? I press save. My code is gone. I don't think I want to use cursor today. This is not good vibes from cursor. I'm gonna switch IDs. Give me a second. VS Code. Why not? Cursor is getting booted today. It failed the vibe test. E projects. Blah, 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 Could you build a phishing link scanner in Python? I mean, should be relatively easy. What we would need is like an entire way to like figure out like an entire like database of like potential phishing links to identify. So it shouldn't be too difficult. You probably have to check for keywords of like if it's trying to replicate a different site. So like, for example, if it's like Google misspelled or some shit, so you can like use that as a context aware thing. And then let's just run. I'm gonna close others, and I'm gonna close others here as well. And then I'm gonna have just me on the image dialogue question mark, upload dialogue, and here's where we're writing code actually. Do I have an internship for this summer? Yes, I am going to be at Seattle this summer for Amazon. I might think if I focus more on projects than on Elite. Not necessarily, I would say. You definitely need to keep Elite in the back of your mind. Like, Elite is low-key, like, something you can have as low maintenance. It takes, like, what, 30 minutes every day? So if you can just, like, implement that low maintenance, like, Elite code, you'll be fine. Literally, right? How was the interview? I didn't have to take one because I went through the Amazon Feature Engineers program. So I essentially just showed them my projects, my academic performance. I wrote a bunch of essays, and they were like, "Yo, you're valid," and they let me in. We all use AI for leak. All right, then we're fucking cooked then. All right, let's go back to what was I looking for here? Oh, yeah, I wanted to paste something. And then we're taking, or we're going to settings, which is gonna be in what? Tool grid actually, and then we're gonna go exactly to right here, and I'm just gonna paste this. Boom. Operand can be null. Why can't it be null though? I might because it did a null assertion. Oh my god, why? That makes so much sense. Oh, maybe it wasn't cursor that was shipping. It was equivalent the null assertion. Okay, that makes sense. How long did I code daily to learn how to code like this? I probably did like 2 to 3 hours every day. I might have fallen off on certain days, but that was like my general like workflow for like working. Am I Nigerian? Yes, I am. All right, I'm gonna take this freaking packet here, and then upload failed. Not upload failed, rather. No, it is upload failed. Something like that. And that should be cool. It's only supported in the Windows version, and we take this file extension that we set, and then we do ref. We don't even engage the file picker at all anymore, and we do this. We take the interaction state to be in navigation off this, and then we also. What app am I building? I'm building an app called Icarus, an open source Valorant strategy creator. It's a tool to allow Valorant players and esports teams to plan strategies inside of the game of Valorant, outside the game of Valorant. So the entire thing is there. I bring in all the in-game data from Valorant, so including the characters, their abilities, and the sizes on different maps, and all these different like little tidbits. And I make a place where you can place all these down visually and be able to get accurate in-game representation. So take for example this ability right here. This is Breach's boom boom boom, right? Sorry to say boom boom boom, but like his ability. He's main ability or whatever, and essentially allows you to visualize this exactly as it would be in the game. And you have other tools like drawing for note taking, adding text, adding images, even adding YouTube videos, and it just makes it very easy to be able to plan strategies outside of the game in a reasonable place. All right, I'm gonna look at how's it going, Emil? The Hopefully I didn't see that chat too late. Oh, I did see it on time. Dude, it's insane. How is it going? It's is it close to being finished? Yeah, Alex, it's literally almost done. I would say the only thing I'm working on is online right now. So after I publish just like quality of life fixes that my users have been asking for, so I currently have a huge list right here in my feedback and ideas. I have a bunch of ideas I need to like get in. A lot of stuff is like in, but not like in fully yet. So for example, what I'm working on right now is the lineup Control V like pasting, and then I also want to eventually get to like auto MP4 to GIF converter. It's like a late game thing, but the next thing after that is like gonna be having a DB that syncs stuff. Thanks for the follows on Twitch as well. Thank you guys. Don't worry, bro. You all right? Thank you, Normal. So yeah. So honestly, it's done, ish. But I want to like expand it more. I also entered it into a hackathon. So if I win the prize money for the hackathon, I can just like go full balls deep on Icarus even more, which would be fun. And then let's see this result equals null freaking packet. That's fine. All right, we're gonna take this. Wait, where the fuck up? What the fuck did I just do? I don't remember what I did. Oh yeah, I removed the previous file data. All right, we're gonna take this out. And then if you notice that the add image stuff only works based off an X file, which is currently no bueno. So we're gonna have to tune this a little bit, cause why did I have to? No, you know what? Makes sense. Makes sense. Makes sense. Did you vibe code even a little bit of that project? Yeah, definitely. I would say the parts that are vibe coded, I can tell you off the bat. So, that would be, for example, this little button right here. I vibe coded. It was not really a button; it's just a state notifier. I already had a way to track like action state within the application, and I just wanted like a little cool interface when I was doing like the entire UI rework. So I vibe coded that. And then other things that was vibe coded would be what? Okay, the way the folders look, like this visual interface, like the way it like has this glow and all that stuff, that was vibe coded. Like, so like I always like to vibe code really small stuff and really like small UI stuff because it just makes my process like faster, right? But like when dealing with stuff like data, since my project is low key kind of weird, the AI kind of needs more and more context to like function, right? So I tend to not be able to vibe code stuff. But the best model I've seen to work for my application is GPT 5.2. Is it Windsurf? No, I'm using Visual Studio Code right now. Don't you use AI a lot? Is that the normal workflow you're used to? I would say that's the normal workflow I'm used to, and it depends, low key, because I've been like doing some mining off camera, and I've been doing like a lot of AI use very heavily. If you guys want any proof, if you go to my GitHub profile, because I use GitHub Copilot, so you guys can see my usage for the month. The month just started, and I'm at 43% usage. I started like vibe coding for quite a bit, like a lot. And the reason why I started doing that is because I wanted to test the limits of these tools. Because ever since GPT 5.2, AI has become like absolutely goated, and it's been like working. In fact, actually, I did use it on Icarus in the hackathon version because I had to push a lot of code within a small ass deadline, and this was only going to be used in a hackathon, and it's not going to actually be pushed to production. So I was like, you know what, fuck it. We're gonna use GPT. We're gonna see how far it gets us to, and it was able to implement a lot of features. So if I show you this, and a lot of these features in the hackathon version will be coming to the main version of Icarus. So give me a bit. I gotta close this because like they can't. Two instances of Icarus cannot be running at the same time. They're gonna like want to kill each other. Where's the hackathon version of Icarus? It's somewhere here. Here it is. Okay, so if I open this version. So this version has it imports your in-game match data. For this is actually a match I played like about like 3 weeks ago. So if you look at this right here, boom, the round. I'm Jet, by the way, so I died at first round off. So you guys know I'm not too good at Valorant. And then you have Silver killed Omen and all that stuff. And so all of the features you see here were purely implemented with GPT. I low-key did not touch code once. So it has like a round indicator, all that stuff, literally all that stuff done, and I didn't have to do shit for that, right? Which is really, really cool. And also added the AI chat tool. Although I did help a little bit in this regard, is that I gave it like tools to use to get context. I made sure like the AI had like all the reasonable information, and this is actually like a pretty good feature. But I don't want to add AI to Icarus yet. This is probably gonna be like end game, like when I'm literally done with it, right? Because of the fact that I don't believe it's too useful in terms of like what's Icarus like for in the first place. It's for to allow people to come in, plan strategies, and be able to like figure stuff out. The people who are gonna be in here know what they're doing. They don't need a fucking GPT hogging up like resources and space and like making it more expensive to do stuff. Like they don't need that bullshit, right? So this is like end game stuff essentially. So you can automatically import and parse replays. Essentially, yeah, but the reason why we can't like parse like quote unquote like replays is that number one, the Valorant replay files are encoded, like encrypted, so nobody has been able to read them like at all. Like we still haven't figured that out yet. And number two, the way I'm able to like get end game data is because I'm using the Valorant API. But the thing about the Valorant API is number one, You need some crazy ass like you need to like do triple backflips, hops, and hoops to get actual production version of that API key. So I've been using like some guys like third-party API. And number two, the Valorant API only records kill data. So if you notice what's going on here, I only have information for when kills happen, right? I don't have abilities because the API only only records when things get killed. So I can only show when things get killed, which kind of makes like my replay system kind of like suck a little bit because like we have this entire like fact that Icarus has all the abilities, has all the sides of the abilities. It would be cool if I'd be able to like get access to that data, but the Valorant API does not record that data, which kind of just sucks. So yeah. Yeah, all right, let's close the hackathon version. Hopefully I win the hackathon, by the way, because that's gonna put me on the map so heavily, and it's gonna make my entire like stuff. I'll be able to get a Valorant API access because I've applied for Valorant API access. And I've gotten no response for about like 3 weeks now. It's almost been a month of me applying. So yeah. So let's see this. Okay, so we have the add image thing here, and I'm a little bit concerned and not at the same time. I mean, okay, so we take this, we save this into it, and oh, we read it as bytes anyways. Boy, shit don't matter. Shit don't matter. All right, I want to take this function. I want to know where it's being implemented at. So I guess bad thing is just like search up this and like look at where it's been implemented in my code base. So it's gonna be in create lineup. Okay, I'll fix that, and it's going to be in where else? In create lineup in where else? Lineup media right here. So it's only happening at runtime, so I can change this. Okay, nice. That's cool. Do you think if you work with the pro team, you can get API access if you get on the map that way? Yeah, definitely, like easily. And I actually entered into a hackathon for the pro team like Cloud9. So ideally, if I win the hackathon, 100% API access. And I also have like I do have like connections. I have ties. I have ties in the Valorant community, so I know the person who runs the Valorant leaks account. I know this guy. Like he's been in my stream before, and I also like mutuals with the Valorant Pro. I don't know why he followed me back. I guess he just thought I was cool. So yeah. So if I really do want to like push it and I desperately need it, I have like people I can hit up for stuff. It would be so cool to be able to play the replay in real time. In this kind of minefield kind of view. Yeah, it would be so cool. But Valorant's, I honestly suspect the reason why the replay system right now is so buns is because Valorant's still working on it, and they don't want to have to like work on backwards compatibility because it's such an early stage right now. That's why you low-key cannot like save replays for a certain time, and you can't share replays because I believe they actually are not done with it yet. They want to really like work on it and improve it. So that's my honest take on that. I might have some Gen G connections as well. Yo, put me on to game, Curtis. Hold on, my dad's calling me. Let me send him a little thing, and then we'll be good. If that don't work out, I can try as well. You can try as well as that. Okay, thank you, man. Oh, Leo hit 300 followers. Nice, it's my freaking goat. All right, let's go back to my freaking packet. Okay, so I'm gonna have to modify the way this works, which is not necessarily a huge thing, but it's also a huge thing at the same time because we have a file extension here. You know what? It's fine. What do you think is the most useful language? I would say Python and JavaScript. Python and JavaScript are easily the most used language, and then I think Java would be a third on that. Probably PHP as well, but not PHP is not useful that much. But it's used because like a bunch of WordPress sites exist in the world, so that's kind of how PHP became like a thing that's being used widely. C++, I mean, C++ is used in a lot of places. In terms of like actually being useful to your daily life, I would say rarely. You rarely have to touch C++ code nowadays, depending on what you're doing. If you're doing like hardware stuff, then definitely okay, C++ is definitely gonna be where you're gonna be at most of the time. But if you're doing like regular stuff, you should not have to worry about C++ like remotely. But hey, I'm literally learning C++ in class right now, so who knows? All right, you know what? Honestly, I am just going to change how this works. I don't like using records, but I have to use records here, which suck, but that's fine. All right. Changing how this works is gonna we're gonna take in two things. We're gonna take in image bytes. So it's gonna be u into list of the image bytes, and then we're gonna take a string file extension, and now I'm just gonna nuke these two variables. Boom, and everything should be fine. Ideally, it's getting mad at me because image bytes should be image bytes, not yep. Tab complete. Thank you. Nice. Any tips for useful languages that can get someone into backend or mobile development? I would say useful language for backend or mobile development. Java. But that's to be doing stuff on what Android though for mobile. Java. I mean, JavaScript is something you can always learn. JavaScript, TypeScript is something you can learn, right? So yeah. How's it going, Tokyo? How long have you been programming? I've been programming for about like 6 or 7 years. Okay, I'm gonna stop. But yeah. Okay, so this broke a bunch of stuff, which is fine. I'm just gonna go ahead and fix this here. So essentially what I want is to, honestly, this is a good time to use GPT for stuff. All right. So guys, I'm gonna vibe code. Watch this vibe coding happen. Should I use open code or should I use cursor? I'll use cursor, why not? So let's use GPT 5.2 codex. And I'm gonna just use agent mode. I'm gonna ask the question. All right. So I just refactored the way add image works, and right now the way it's gonna work is that you're gonna be passing the image bytes through the interface from there, and I want you to change all the previous iterations, but use X file. So you would want to read the X file as image bytes, and then actually no, I can't make GPT do this because I need to do more than that actually. So you know what? I'll go ahead and do it myself. It's not something as easy as like going in and changing places. I don't want to like do full prompt engineer. So let's like back off of that for just a second. And then we have the image bytes here, which are not null at this point. So we just pass the image bytes and file extension. And one thing I like to do in my functions, like generally, is always making them like require like being named. I just love the fact that your code should be self-documenting ideally. So yeah. Even though it makes it longer, that's the reason why you have tab complete. Like you shouldn't have to like worry about like what does this function mean, right? Best language to learn cybersecurity. Python would probably be something you need to know because you probably need to write like scripts for stuff. So Python is a good thing to know, and probably Bash as well. What language are you using right now? I'm new to coding. I'm using Dart right now, and Dart is a language built by Google primarily to run their entire like Google Ads like platform. So Dart was originally built for that, and then eventually when Google wanted to make a mobile cross-platform framework, they were looking for a language to use, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we built Dart back in the days," and they just used Dart for Flutter, and now Dart is more known with Flutter than Google Ads framework and stuff. D- 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 uh, waste of time. Dart is obsolete. I don't think Dart is obsolete. I think what 20% of apps on iOS use Flutter and Dart, and also the fact that again, programming knowledge is not like one level. If you only learn Dart doesn't mean you can't like hop to TypeScript tomorrow, right? Because programming, all the concepts are the same, it's just a different way to write it. So once you have a understanding of how to write stuff in the language, it might take you like a week or 2 weeks to like get into it, but you'll be fine, right? It's not like a monumentous like mindset shift, not at all, actually. Java's learning for a backend and software dev good option. I would say Java for backend is definitely a good enough option, but I would say again, just learn what you can learn and do what you can do. Because again, programming knowledge is not like set in stone. You're not like forced to be like, yo, if I do Java today, I can't do a Go tomorrow. No, sure they'll die. Nah, that's not how it works. Duh, 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 duh. All right, so let's do this. Read, and then that should be fine, right? We won't have to show the image dialog, and that will actually add the file. And then I have to fix stuff like this, for example, the image drop target, where it's expecting this values, right? So we can do this where add image and we take the file bytes and then we do that. Is this an asynchronous function? It should be. So we are fine just like embedding that right there. Await file reads bytes and then extension, right? Contains extension. Okay, that should be fine. Okay, nice. Oh, isn't this like a freaking I don't like this. This is a keyword, no? Yeah, let's rename that to file extension. I don't like that. Okay, that's better. I just finished learning front end and I'm aiming for a back end. How long before I become employable? Mern stack. I would say like give yourself 2 to 3 months of just like creating stuff and building cool things and you should be fine. As long as you're putting like what 2 to 3 hours every single day, you'll be fine. Like 100%, right? Dara is going to blow up in Seattle. Maybe like low key me posting mad edits, bro. Mad edits, mad aesthetic lifestyle. I'll be farming the day in life for Amazon intern videos. 100% LARP success, bro. Python or Java, I have to pick a language to teach myself for a school course. I would say teach yourself heaven or hell. Heaven or hell. Depends. What do you want to do, Aiden? What's your goal? What do you want to do with those languages? Because I would rather give you something that's actually useful to you than to give you something that I would just say, oh yeah, you just learn that, right? Because again, programming is a means to an end. Okay? Programming is not the end. It's a means to an end. Right? So what are your means? What do you want to what's your end? What do you want? What's your end goal? What do you want it to be? Define your end and then you can find the means. Okay, so that's cool. And then I guess I'm just gonna hop around the code base and look for the problems. So I'll fix that. So save that. There should be more errors. I'm just like not finding them. Oh wait, really? This is the only errors here. And then what about in lineup land? No. Oh, because it's using a different pathway. I believe I created a new way to add images using lineups, right? It's a different mental workflow. Load. You're working with the database and backend database administrator, junior maybe. Oh, then you do Java. You'll be fine. Or Python. Who cares? Like honestly, just do Java. I think Java gives you a better framework of like learning programming languages as a beginner. Because it teaches you about object-oriented programming and types and like really enforced like static typing, so you don't end up fucking up later. Been here since day one. Yes, that's my freaking goat right there, by the way. All right, let's look at this right here. We should be fine. We should be fine. Low key, Twitch has more views than freaking YouTube. You know how crazy that is? Or am I not streaming on YouTube right now? I definitely am. I definitely am. Okay. All right, so if I'm not wrong, the current workflow should work 100%. So I'm gonna run the app and we're gonna test that out. Oh, thanks for the follows, guys, in the shares. Love your energy, bro. I follow. Thank you, man. Dun, 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 dun. Twin is going international. Yes, soon enough, you guys will see me. And freaking, where do I want to go? You low key, I have a goal of like taking a photo with the Fairlife chocolate protein shake in every continent. I know that sounds weird, but I really love the protein shake, bro. Like, imagine how aura that would be just taking a photo of the protein shake in every continent. Absolutely good. Where have I released the app already, and what platforms are they on? So right now the app is on Windows, and that's how like the Windows Store, and it's have 1,000+ users. I'm currently planning on releasing it on Mac OS eventually. I've been delaying it. I can release on Mac OS like this, but I'm just lazy as fuck. So I'm planning on releasing it on Mac OS, and there is a web version running right now, but the web version is currently in like a demo state because of the fact that Icarus is local first. So like having stuff be on web and local first kind of doesn't mesh a lot because like doing local stuff on web could just kind of sucks in general. So once I build out the back end for like doing online stuff, then life will be simple. My plan for the DB is gonna be convex, and I'm gonna have to do some like work by myself to make sure that works with Flutter, but that would be cool. Where am I from? I'm from the USA. Uh, the, the, the. Working on the on the weekend like usual. I mean, this is the weekend though. I'm working. I'm working. The, the, the. All right, guys. All right, guys. Let's see this. What project and what stack? I am working on Icarus right now. This is the project right now, and I'm currently building it in Flutter. And I don't really have a quote unquote like built out stack because currently it's local first, so all the stuff is safe locally. There's no web yet. Um, so it's Flutter with Riverpod for state management and Hive for saving things. Let me just get this in, and then yeah. So I want to. Okay, let's go back to. Okay, I wanted to test the application now. Okay, so now we've added the feature that whenever you copy an image, it absolutely saves, like lets you like automatically upload it. So I'm gonna do a test of that. I'm gonna take this image of my little boy Godis right here, and I'm just gonna, I'm just gonna copy this. Wait, this is like a peak image, close to work. All right, and then use image. Boom, absolutely works. Nice. How long did I create this? How long are we working on this for? I'm working on this for about a year almost. Which I don't know what to even say about that. Whether that's like peak or not. Also, why is the image clipping wrong? That's not very useful. I wonder if this is as a result of. Okay, I'm gonna take this image. Okay, so I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna take this image. I'm gonna. Let's see what I'm gonna do about it. Oh yeah, for some reason my file explorer like takes forever to open stuff. I don't know if I messed something up in when I made it or something. It just sucks for stuff like that. So I'm gonna take this image of this dog. And actually, no, it's not a good enough image. I want something better. Let's get a better image of like maybe an image of Tuntutu Sahur. Probably Tuntutu Sahur works. Use image. Why is it getting cut off? Like if you look at Godis right here, notice how he's getting cut off on the sides. Um, let's try a different thing. I wonder if it's a problem that always existed. Let me check this. This is a way I'll check. So I'm gonna nuke my current instance of the application, and then I'm gonna go into the version I have. Oh, I have the release version as well before all the changes. So I have the release version of Icarus right here, and I'm just gonna go in and create. I guess go in here. So yeah, of course the files don't exist anymore. Wait. Uh-oh. This is telling me a lot. I've broken my current workflow. That's what's telling me. Okay, so I'll fix that. Anyways, open this, and then I want to upload this file. Add image. So I'm gonna add the image of Godis right here, and it still has that issue. So you know what? I will fix it. So let's go to. I think I know how to fix this. So it seems to not be a me problem, but rather just like the nature of how image views work now. Weird. I'll fix it. Because it should not be cutting off at the edge. So I will be fixing that. All right, so I'm just gonna close this out and I'm gonna rerun the application, and then I'm gonna go to the image widget. So image widget, oops. And then this is where the image stuff is in that, right? And if you look at it's padded in a safe area with the padding of 24 and has the height and all of that bull crap. And then we have a size block with the image, and then the image is what? In here with a box fit contain. And let's just see this. So it's in a box fit contain. I have no idea why it's like on the edge, slightly outside. The source entirely within the target box. Okay, so you know what? This is a good file to hand over to GPT. I have the image widget cuts off part of the image whenever on the horizontal side when it's displayed. I don't. What's the issue, I guess? And this is like a good litmus test to check that. And I don't have any general things on what I think the issue might be. I mean, I'm using a box fit contain, right? So we'll see. We'll do some actual widget inspections and then we'll make our changes off that. So there's a bunch of stuff I need to fix with the new way I added images. That's fine. What am I making? I'm working on a tool called Icarus, which is a open source Valorant strategy creator. And right now, what I'm working on is figuring out how to. Well, I'm changing the way images are being uploaded. So I'm adding support for clipboard. So for example, if you have an image in your clipboard, it automatically takes that image and then uploads it up onto like the application. And then this is the issue right here. So we need to fix that. And I'm just gonna use a litmus test. It's not really much of a litmus test, but if I just take this image. I take widget inspector. My current guess is that we're just gonna do this. I'm just gonna highlight directly. Oops. Okay, I messed it up for a second. Directly over this, and then I can zoom in. Oh, I can't really zoom in anymore. Okay, so you can see the image is within its bounding boxes. So that's weird. Why raw image? So why is it not fitting? That is so weird. Let's go back to the code and check it. Okay, so if we go into the code, we have a hero with a image widget right here, right? And it's in box fit cover. What? No. Where is this at? Why is it in the box fit cover? There should be no. Oh, it should be contained. Oh my freaking packet. Oh my god, I'm such a freaking. Oh my god, bro. I'm such a freaking idiot. Oh my god. Yeah. Okay, that makes so much sense. Okay, now it's fixed. Okay, that's really funny. Is that an API key? I should not have any API keys up. So, no, it's not API keys. It's just file strings or whatever. So, no API keys are going up right now. I do remember when is the Epstein character update? Jav, we're not adding that boy in there, bro. We're not adding that boy in there. We're not adding that boy here. Show us the .env. Do I even have a .env in here? I actually don't. So yeah, this part is local first. So I don't have a .env, but in the hackathon version of it, there's definitely an environment file there and there's API keys in there for sure. This for the heart, Olivero. But I did low key. I have pushed my keys out before. On stream. If you like scroll through my TikTok, I had a clip when I showed my keys on stream live. But nothing happened, so I'm cool. And it was my off keys anyways for local projects. So nothing major broke. Okay. So I want to take this. I mean, this is. Oh, now it's cool. Now it's not doing that little like issue where it like messes up. Oh, now it's perfectly fine. Oh my god, nice, cool. Love it. Okay. What am I thinking about now? So there's an issue with this. Is that when I scroll out, I open this, I go back, I open this, boom! The image is freaking gone. It's broken. It's broken. Okay. And the reason why that is I'm going to assume that I have a script that honestly goes through and checks if the ID matches for an image. So I'm gonna have to make sure that matches. So I'm gonna open this and just check for a second. Keep on, I'm getting texted. Let me check my text. Give me a second. Set up subs, body for bits, set up Discord. My brother's trying to give me this stuff. All right, let me text my mom a second. Yo, John, if you're watching my stream, can you like get my controller as well? Cause you have my controller. I'm talking to my brother, by the way. Don't worry. All right. Let's see. Okay. So I have to figure out how this is functioning. Okay. I know the root cause for this, and it's the fact that I have a thing that deletes all of the images if it doesn't like if it's deleted already. So it'll honestly happen right here within the add image thing, and then we're giving this and we're saving a secure image. We get the image by image ID and the file extension. All of these are given. So why is it not working? Huh. State images, copy with state images placed, and it gets saved, no? You know what? I'm gonna do a test. Maybe it's like a data propagation issue. So I'm gonna delete this file. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna upload the file again. But this time I'm gonna save right before I leave. And then I'm gonna open this and I'm gonna open this. I'm gonna open this. I'm gonna open this. And the image is gone again. Huh. What is the stack, bro? It looks fire, by the way. Thank you, man. I'm currently using Flutter with RiverPod and Hive. So RiverPod for state management and Hive for saving things locally. Because right now we're saving stuff locally, but eventually when I'm gonna move to like doing stuff on the web as well, I'm gonna have Convex for my DB. Uh, what am I? This is such a freaking packet issue. So I'm gonna have to fix that. I believe the reason why this is happening is either because number one, either the save secure image function broke magically on its own, which I don't think is the case. Uh, it takes that, it creates a new image, and it gives the image the file and the file extension. Oh, I think I know what's going on. I think I know what's going on. All right, guys. All right, guys. All right, guys. All right, guys. I'm gonna give you the plot. I'm gonna give you the plot. You see, this is the type of stuff you wouldn't know unless you actually like lived and breathed a code base. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys the plot. So the way images are stored within Icarus is that I take an image you upload, right? And I essentially take that image and put it within our storage directory and give it an ID. So an image's name looks something like this: UUID, and then image like .jpeg or .png or whatever, right? And you can actually go through like the Icarus folder in your like local roaming whatever and find that specific version here. Now, what I have just done is I made a change where now instead of deriving the extension.jpg directly from the file upload, I have now taken the image and I've stored it in memory, right? So now I have zero context of what the extension is. And then I have to use a function to figure out what that extension is now. But the issue is that if you look at my code here, would be in an image drop target. Probably not here. It's gonna be in. You look at this right here. Notice how I just have PNG, JPEG, and there's no dots behind them. That's the issue. So when the comparison chart, listen to this. Okay, so I have an image of this, and I have an image of this. Oh, this is not it. Delete the file completely. So that's what's going on. It's like they're either getting double dotted or like they have no dots at all. So it's looking at this like what the fuck is this bullshit? And it's like giving me the wrong values. So that's why it's good to actually know your code base, guys, and you can figure out errors like that. So I'm gonna have to figure out which one of the issues it is. So let's figure this out. So I'm gonna have to go through. It's going to be upload image dialog, and then actually it's gonna be tool grid. And let me close all the freaking like sidebars I have. I'm losing my mind with this. Also, let me remove my nightlight. It's like kind of affecting me. Disable for an hour. All right. Now you guys should be able to see like easily. Focus window not resizable. Okay, nice. Okay. Here we are. Oh my god, my code looks so different. Alright, where am I right now? Okay, so if you look at the image reference to images, please. Oh no, we're not. We're in the wrong file. That makes so much sense. Okay. And then here we have file extension, and then the way we get the file extension is from the detect image format thing, and it just returns PNG, JPEG, WebP. So what I need to do actually is I need to add a dot between those two. So I'm gonna take this. What do I do here? What do I do? Do I change how this works? Let's look at where detect image format is being used, and then we're gonna change how it works. And we should be fine. Okay, so if you look at here, we're taking the file extension and we're setting the JSON of the file extension to be there. And then whenever we are taking that JSON data and we're reading it from JSON, what do? We write the image to disk, and do we give it the file a name? Place the link on the instance. Update link. What's the link supposed to be? Oh, link. Like a normal link. Okay, that makes sense. And then File path. Oh yeah. And then how do we generate the file path again? File path is compute file path, place image, strategy ID. And is this a function I wrote myself? I think I did. Yeah. And then it takes the place image, and then it takes the strategy, and then it does boom, 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 math, and joins the file extension at the very end. Rip yippee. Oh wait. Oh. Oh no. Join path image file extension. It automatically. Okay, so I'll have to do this then. Bloop, bloop, bloop. So, yep. I think this was always broken. Is my guess. It was always broken. Is my guess. Because I cannot see a case where it's not. You know what? Let's do a test. Before I change this, I'm gonna do a test. This is why we love living life, guys. All right, so I'm gonna go to my debug console, and let's try to follow these. And if I go to the very top here, I have a function that prints out where everything is stored within Icarus. Wow, so cool. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to go to my file explorer, boom, boom, boop, and we're here. So we have to figure out which folder is which. So I'm going to create I'm going to actually just delete all of these. Why not? No, actually, no, I don't want to delete them. I want to save them for later. New file, new strategy, sure, or whatever. Right, we create a new strategy, and then I want to add an image, and we're gonna add a GOTUS image. Why not? Oops, I need to click this, and I should be fine. My file explorer takes forever to run for some reason. I don't know why, whether I broke my Windows installation or something, but it just like breaks itself. So now I use this image, and now if we go into here, a new folder will be added, and I believe it's one of these images. It's not this one. It's not this file. It is this file, right? So notice how the image, if you look at this, at the very end, there is no period concatenation on it. So the moment I put a period, boom, life is beautiful, right? So we want to go back in here, and I believe this is a bug that's existed with my code base for quite a bit. I just did not know about it. So we're going to do that. Fixed, and life is beautiful. So now that that is fixed, now whenever we, I'm just going to delete this file as well. Oops, I accidentally opened something I didn't want to open. All right, so now I upload an image. It's gonna be like this. I use the image. I open it. I open out. I go back. I open the image again. It's broken. Uh-oh. Did I save my code? That would probably be helpful if I did save it. No? Let's do a hot restart. Okay. Now that the hot restart is done, I go this. I delete this. I go in here, upload an image of this size. I use the image. I open the image. I go here, and then I go back and I open the image. Oh, the image is still there. Okay, nice. Okay, so we just actually need to like rerun the code. Okay, nice. So bug fixed, crisis averted. Okay. So now that we fixed that, I want to do the same thing, but for what is it? The same thing, but for the lineup view. So within the lineup view, this is the way where you add images. So you open a lineup, you add a character, you add their ability, and then you go next, and then you, whoop, and then you have a place to add images, right? So now what I want to do is that I want to add a button that's like, yo, click this button, and then boom, bap, bop, you'll be able to paste your image, right? So I think once you click here, it does, click this, and then you can have this ad, right? You know what? Tisk, tisk, tisk. Have I finished my Roblox game? Not yet. It's on a hiatus right now. I will definitely go back to, and keep working on it later, but right now, we're just chilling. So, how should this implementation work? I would say paste clipboard image here. That would be a nice thing to have. So a button right under here that says paste clipboard image would make sense. Wish me luck. Good luck, man. Let's see. How would I go about this? This is very interesting. You know what? I could just ask GPT to do it for me. Why not? Who gives a freaking crap? All right. So if you go into the lineup view or whatever, lineup, uh, uh, dialogue, or media page rather. So this is the media page. Okay. So let's write a prompt for GPT. So you guys can see what my AI workflow looks like traditionally. So I like doing my prompt generations inside the text file before I paste it into GPT. All right. So I want you to modify the way the lineup media page works right now in terms of like adding images. So I want you to add a button. I don't know where the button should be. I believe it should be directly under the add images like little like selection area. So like within the selection area, add a button that says like paste from clipboard or whatever. And essentially it just uses the I have a provider. I have a service for this. Um oh where's my I have to open Whisperflow. Freaking Whisperflow packet. Where's Whisperflow? Whisperflow, please stop. What the fuck is when does Notepad support voice notes? So I actually don't use Notepad for voice notes. What I use is a application called Whisperflow that allows me to just like voice dictate anywhere in my computer. So I can just like click Control V and just voice dictate anywhere. So I'm able to voice dictate like basically anywhere, which is pretty cool. So and then in this area, so keyboard. You should use the function from the clipboard service that essentially gets images from the clipboard and then returns that image. Mm-mm. And then, yes. Okay, nice. Okay. Uh, and I believe the current assumption of our lineup media page is that it functions based off X files. So what you'll have to do in this case is you would have to basically change it so that it works off image bytes, and then you would have to pass the path. You have to get the path of the image. It's not sorry the path. You'd have to get the what is it? The file format of the image, the file extension, using a function I have put within the image, the place image serializer, which is called like get image file extension from bytes, and then use that function to get the file extension and then append it onto the name, and you should be fine. If you need a reference, look at the way placed image has the add image function. As well as when the view changes when you add one image, also add a button that allows for pasting more. That is the same size as the add button. Okay, so I'm just gonna do a. Yeah, I think this is valid enough to paste in. I love to do. I do love to do GitHub commits before I go ahead and like let an agent loose in my code base. So let's hit up a commit right now. Git add git commit um fixing up line up media. That's cool. Git put. I'm not. I don't need to push it yet. So I'll just wait until this prompt is run. Okay. So now while this prompt is running, I don't know what to do actually. I didn't think that far. That's the thing. Whenever I prompt, I just like watch, I guess. So while this goes, I don't know what to do. We'll figure it out. Well, I guess I can check out how Twitch is doing. Because I know I just started like streaming like at a good pace on Twitch now. So I'm wondering how they are going. Stream dashboard. Show me the Roblox project. Oh, you want to see the Roblox project? All right, bet. I'll show you. So the Roblox project is low-key kind of in a broken state right now. It's heavily broken right now because like my friend just did like building on it. So I can I even show you? It's in a state where like it doesn't work anymore. So I'll see if I can scrap something from it. Dun, 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 the ocean side. Because he added like basically the tycoon was just a base plate for a hot minute, and then he like did a bunch of building for like the entire tycoon, right? So all of the stuff I've already assumed with the base plate functionality kind of doesn't work anymore. Let's see. So I should be able to. So if I click spawn, where am I gonna be at? Oh, so what would have broken would be the tycoon spawn points and where the tycoon is. Oh yeah, this is where the tycoon is at. Oh shit. Okay, yeah. All right, so this is the tycoon, and then boom, I can get my money. I can buy stuff from the tycoon. Also, this is breaking. Where's the LARP top? I think it's on the other side. Oh, you can build now. I forgot. Okay, so I need to delete this building and I should be fine. Okay. What app did I make? I made an app called Icarus. It's the open source Valorant strategy creator. And it says there's a lot of Valorant players and esports teams typically plan strategies inside the game of Valorant, outside of the game. And I bring in a bunch of in-game data like what ability sizes, lets you add YouTube videos and images and all that stuff together. All right, so if can I increase my speed in Roblox Studio? Nice. I'm just gonna like low key gonna temporarily move this up. Hopefully it's anchored, and that should be fine. Okay. Oh shit! It is not anchored. Oh, oh shit. Okay, okay. All right, anchored. All right, let's go back then. Nice, Brody. What made you think of this? I'm a CS freshman, but just learning C sharp. So the reason why I made this was because like all the other Valorant like strategy building tools kind of sucked, and I wanted to build my own that worked and was really good. So that's how I ended up making Icarus. So yeah. So let's wait for money to come in, I guess. So give me a second. So we just gotta wait. We just gotta wait for the money to come from the tycoon. I haven't like gotten progression to like work in a good way. Is GPT done? Nope, it's still going. That's fine. I can't wait for 5.3 to come out because it's way faster. Okay, 50. Boom, boom. Okay, does the UI work for this? No, it's broken because I'm overhauling the UI right now. So yeah, the UI for like the laptop does not work at all. It's like it kind of sucks. But eventually, I'll go back to it and fix a bunch of stuff within it. Mm, why are you getting free money? But because like okay, so basically the way it works is that you get it's meant to be like a Y Combinator simulator where you start your own company and you lie to investors to get more money. So the money is coming from your base income, and then the more interns you have, the more money you get. And then you have to post on LinkedIn to like earn a multiplier on your money. And the LinkedIn feature was working, but then I overhauled it because I wanted to use a different way to like generate the UI programmatically because I did not mess with like the default like UI generation stuff. So I scrapped it and then I was redoing it. You're him, bro. Just out of curiosity, what language is it in? It's in Dart. And using the Flutter framework that is. Okay. Is it done? No. Please. Okay. Let it do it. Let it do the work. Sure. I'm preparing to update the dialog and handle paste image by extracting file extensions from image bytes using the existing detect image method, then appending it to the file name and just having a save logic accordingly. I'll align this with how existing add image functions manages byte data and file extensions. All right, nice. Okay, we'll wait for that to complete, and then I guess we're just chilling right now. Let's see. Let's look at the features planned for my users, and let's see if I really do want to work on any of them. So I have a bug fix I'm gonna push tonight, and then somebody wanted custom size circles, but honestly, I might either delay this or we'll see. I think I'll try to do this like in the next couple of days, because what I really do want to work on is getting online sync working, so it becomes like really good. Able to choose colors from abilities. Ooh, this is peak. I think I'll put this on plan as well. And then multiple lineups. I'm not sure if I want to have this working. We'll think about this. Uh, favorite agent tab. Oh, this is really really important. I'm gonna bump it. I'm gonna bump it. I need to work on this. This is actually kind of important. So I'm gonna go to plan actually. Probably work in progress. So like my brain remembers, and then we'll be good. Do you recommend any books related to CS? Just anything to read and expand knowledge on any courses. I don't honestly have any books in relation to CS. The most of my CS content comes from my YouTube. So I watch a bunch of CS YouTubers like constantly. That's all my YouTube feed is. So if you want to give me, if you want me to give you my top 10 channels, or I guess top 3 channels for learning programming content, it would be number 1, Dara Does Code, absolutely peak channel. Apart from that, the Prime Time, the Primogen, all of his content is absolutely really really like useful for general dev knowledge and like just general stuff when everybody's reading articles, like really good information. And then there's also Theo, and Theo right now is cooking in terms of like knowing how to use AI and like AI workflows and all that stuff. So I watch not Theo Vaughn, T3 Theo for all of my like AI use stuff. Like this is my freaking goat for that. I watch all these videos. And then as well there's Fireship for general news. And then oh, Punish Zoomer said TDOS coding. TDOS coding. Wait, TS coding? Wait, no. T sodding? Is that how you say it? TS? Ooh, I've never heard of this channel. Hold on. Give me a second. I tried Lean and instantly got a PhD in math. Autodoc tool in C. Clustering in C. Ooh. Trying to do a good job in the slop economy. Is he making game? Is he making his own game engine? Very curious. I'll subscribe. He looks like he knows what the fuck he's doing right now. Theo, and who else was it? Was it Primogen? Primogen is literally the goat right now. Primogen, Theo, who else? Primogen, Theo. What else do I watch? I'd have to look through my thing because those people like come off my head like immediately. I don't have a other person on my. There's another guy I watch that like deep dives on like Mac OS stuff and like really like reads like binaries and stuff and figures out how Apple does stuff. How to do animations in widgets, Apple. This is the video. Yes, Bryce Botswick. Yes, this guy. This is my freaking goat as well, bro. All of his videos are like super ultra giga informational. Even though he only has like what 5, like 6 videos, all of them are absolutely like goated. And he's reverse engineering stuff. And then stream manager. How many? We got 1 viewer. Hey, more than one. That's peak. All right. So UID, and then I'm looking for. What am I looking for? Oh yeah, I'm looking for GPT to be done. Is GPT done? Nice. Okay, so if you want to, I can also add a web unsupported tools like the main image tools. Okay, don't worry about that. And do you just watch and retain, or do you take notes on anything? I usually watch and retain, and I don't often take notes on stuff. Like for example, like if he drops a video on AI stuff, I automatically just remember that stuff because I care about it, and I go in and implement those things that he says. Right. All right, let's go back to let's see. Okay, let's rerun the application and let's see if GPT cooked. All right, guys, GPT tests. I love watching TS coding and Vimothy Chalamet. Vimothy Chalamet. Oh my god, that's a goated ass name. Vimothy Chalamet. Holy crap. Wait, hold on. Let's test this first. Okay, so test. I make a lineup. I drag deadlock in. I drag deadlock's abilities inside of it, and I go to next, and then I paste from clipboard. No image found in clipboard. Makes sense. And then if I go to here, I just like copy myself an image. Copy, boom, paste image, boom, image in here. And then you have add more and you have paste. So I can just keep going, paste, paste, paste. Nice. I can add a YouTube link if I want, and I'll just click this, boom. And now when I open this, hey, I got this image. Now, test of the times is if I close this out and if I open this and I open this again, the image should still remain there, and it does. Boom. Job done. Job done, guys. Feature added, live complete. Okay. All right, feature done. So git add, git commit, working, added, copy, pasting from, clipboard, 4 images. Boom. So git push, and we've pushed that, and now I can run my entire update flow. So this is how I do updates, guys. So I need to go to pubspec.yaml, and then I'm gonna just it's probably gonna be a major version bump. Is it a major one? Probably a minor. Major enough because it's a bug fix and a feature addition, so why not? What GUI library is this? So I'm not using the default like Flutter UI library. I'm using something called Flutter Shad CN, essentially just like literally Shad CN in Flutter, right? So it takes all like the base like material stuff and like redesigns them to be like more Shad CN like, because like initially I didn't even choose it because like, oh, the fact that, oh, it's Shad CN, it looks better. Honestly, like early on in Icarus, I was struggling heavily with figuring out how to do color and design because I sucked at design and color. So I just realized that if I use a UI like library or whatever that enforces having different colors for different things, I will just have a good color palette entirely. So if you go to the settings, because the way Flutter does the base like UI theming kind of sucks ass. So this is currently what I use for my framework, and then this is not this, it would be right here. So it has a color scheme, and I define all of these stuff, and essentially I only pick colors from here, which makes my life like 100% easier. you always editing this app. How long is it gonna take you for you to build it? I mean, it's always gonna be continual improvements. As long as I have users are gonna keep asking for more features. I'm gonna keep like giving to them, you know. But eventually, I think where I would get to like quote unquote end game is after I add web stuff, rather online cloud sync stuff. That's gonna like push out a lot of, didn't put in a lot more, not like push out a lot of like more features, but it's gonna like give people more ideas of stuff they can do. Now they can share lineups. There's gonna be more bugs. There's gonna be more things I have to figure out. So yeah. Let's see here. So we've built the application now. It should automatically open my downloads, my release folder. Thank you. I love writing good scripts. It makes my life 10 times easier. Also, it's fine. Okay. Now I'm gonna have to go to settings. I'm gonna have to go to Microsoft Store and then upload the application. By the way, Dara, I learned Java and Python. What languages should I add now? I would say you learn Java and Python. What language should I add now? What do you want to do? Like honestly, Isaac, if you want to do web stuff, learn like JavaScript, TypeScript. But if you don't wish to do like find something cool you want to do and then learn language to do that rather. I wouldn't say you should never be forcing yourself to learn a language. That's one thing I know. Like I know. You need to have an actual use for the language. Let me do auth real quick. Give me just a second. Oh. All right, man. Which DB should I use? Is it mostly Postgres SQL? It depends on your use cases, but a DB I'm absolutely to die for right now is Convex. Convex is doing a lot of things right, and their base like idea of how you do like DBs is absolutely crazy, and I'm absolutely in love with it. So yeah, I guess I would learn C++. Why C++ though? Like, are you gonna create like an hyper fast native application? What does the app do? The app is a Valorant strategy planning tool. So it's a tool to allow Valorant players and esports teams to plan strategies inside the game of Valorant, outside the game of Valorant. So I bring in all the Valorant in-game data, abilities, the characters, and visually represent them to how they are on the map. And this becomes really impactful because not only are you able to like have abilities like this, like be exactly accurate to how to behave within the game, you can also do stuff like draw, take notes, add images, add YouTube videos, and just be able to like have proper context when you're doing things. You use Arduino, so you might learn it. Oh yeah, then that's valid. Literally, that's a good language to learn then, because you have an actual use for case for it. So yeah, fire. W. So what am I looking for here? Oh yeah, I want to create an update. So this is how I create updates for Icarus, guys. So start an update. I go to the Microsoft Store, and I wait through this entire boring ass process because for some reason on the API they don't let me do a feature which I really want. DSA and algorithms. It's the scariest thing. Yeah, I kind of think the language doesn't even matter. Just build stuff constantly. Switching languages puts you into tutorial hell, and you build with no confidence. Yeah. And like people get too stuck up on like, oh, choosing the right language, because like once you start, you can transfer skill from languages like this, right? So it shouldn't be too much of an issue of you just diving deep into one language. Actually, I would rather have somebody who's like deep into one language than somebody who knows like 30 different languages, right? I'll change the playlist. All right, I'll change the playlist. Give me a second. We've been hyped for a bit, and my energy's not matching it. So let's see what should I choose for my We can do the jazz. Um, mm, why not? Let's do like we can do jazz. Why not? Who cares? Who cares? Dara has no taste, bro. I'm the nichest guy you ever seen. Is this fast? Oh yeah, Icarus is fast, but I need to do something. I need to switch the license because I had it on under a weird ass license because I was entering into a hackathon, but now the hackathon is over. I'm just gonna put it onto under MIT or something. So I'll do that right now after I fix that. So yeah, can your app added for more games like Brawl Stars? Yes. And ideally, I built it with that intention in mind because all of the stuff you can just take out all the Valorant stuff and like put in all of the character stuff. Brawl Stars actually be like pretty easy actually. You're not gonna watch Super Bowl, Dara? I don't watch football, so I don't really care much about the Super Bowl at all. They be avoiding Dara at the Nigerian party. What do you mean, bruh? I got taste. It's just I don't. I just like. I just grew up with the concept of I don't like that music just for parties only. I don't really care that much about it. Uh, you got into UMD, nice. But you're gonna do CCBC. Then see you after my 2 year. Nice, good job. Genius. Brawl Stars is heavy champ select and countering before a game even starts. Yeah, yo, I do have friends who play Brawl Stars as well. Oh my god, wait. Yo, Icarus might be goaded eventually, but I wanna low key do stuff for online and have like online sync before I start moving to other games, and then Icarus will be peak, so I can like add other games. But ideally, you could even take like Icarus and fork it. I don't give a crap. People have forked Icarus multiple. I don't give freaking crapperonis. So yeah. Um, what do you think about AI and Multibot? I really was excited about the entire Multibot idea, and then I got a tool that's kind of like Multibot, which is like Computer, and honestly, it sounds good in theory, but I'm finding it hard to find uses for it other than just being an email triage agent and giving me updates on stuff. Right? I really haven't. I need one really, really good killer. Because, like, again, for me, voice input is really important and voice notification is really important. And if I just can't have anything voice related, it's kind of like I can't find a good enough use case for this. Yes, it's cool. It's cool that it's doing all this stuff, right? But, like, what about this is helping my life right now? I just can't find it. I just can't find it. A bunch of slop. Huh? I tried to install like Moltbots on my PC and like I absolutely got nuked by my college's ISP. Like they just like fucking he nuked my ass. So yeah. I also heard that Moltbot choose through tokens. Yeah, you'd have to be on the $200 a month tier. I'm not paying $200 a month. I'm fucking cooked. Okay. So I have pushed it to the Microsoft Store. Okay. So the reason why I don't have a CI/CD pipeline for Icarus currently is just based off the fact that what is it? It's based off the fact that Microsoft does not allow you to use this feature, which is called making updates mandatory. So it essentially forces everybody that has your app to update, which is something I really want because I don't want like stupid backwards compatibility issues. Even though I do make sure that everybody like rolls back on us if I have all that like backwards compatibility set up. I just don't want to have used in a different version. It pisses me off. So this feature is like uber cool and stuff. We too broke for $200 a month. Yeah, we too broke. Once I make that Amazon money, then we can consider it. But even then, I think it's still low key $200 a month. I don't know if it's worth it. Okay, so this is version 3.0. I want to see if Microsoft has fixed edited on CLI. And the OS does not yet that he's meant to force applications in their own code. What? You can make it a unlimited date time because mandatory 1%. Our app scores the package available and can determine mandatory behaviors until okay. Okay. We'll see. We'll figure this out. Crazy that how you have an app for Valorant, but I don't even see you playing the game. You want to see what my Valorant looks like? It's funny because I made this app to play Valorant, and then I worked on this app so much I did not play Valorant at all. Actually, like look at my match history right now. So I usually only play comp. The last comp game I played was on February 4th, and it was on Breeze. So yeah, and then go. It's I didn't play Valorant for a month, almost. I didn't play the entirety of January at all. Holy crap! Yeah. So when I work on this application, I just don't play Valorant at all. I don't have a PC, so I don't know how Valorant is. Uh, 200 is crazy. Even 20 is crazy. Yeah, punish Zoomer. This is exactly why I use T3 chat because it allows me to like what I only pay $8 a month to use like all these freaking models, which just makes my life like 10 times easier. Um, it's good though. You're productive. I mean, I'm. Oh wait. That doesn't mean I'm not playing games. I be playing Marvel Rivals very heavily lately. That's like my brain rot game now. I just sit there and play Marvel Rivals instead of playing Valorant. Because like I've said this before, but the for Valorant, the same brain cells I used to focus is the same brain cells I used to play Valorant. So whenever I am tired, I cannot play Valorant at all. So Valorant's like I need to be like in my same like productivity mindset to play Valorant because like I think very heavily about the game, like in terms of like strategy and stuff. Mm-mm. All right, let's look at that. Da, da, da. Wait. Like Valorant is not a relaxing game for me. I don't relax to play Valorant. No, Valorant's where I get serious. You die about it. Yeah, how's it going, Kava and Jaya? All right, so now that we've done this, we can push the update. Yes, I buy. All right, nice. And everything should be fine. Alrighty, submit for certification. Yes, done. All right, and now let me just make a PR to take this to main, and we should be fine. All right, hopefully there are no merge conflicts because I hate merge conflicts. All right, clipboard support, make a PR, and we should be good. Did I get pushed last time? Hopefully I did. I think I get pushed. Get push. Question mark. Get add. Get commit. Version 3.0. Get push. Nice. And then that is done, I'm gonna go and what else am I gonna do? I totally forgot. Oh yeah, I know what I'm doing. I need to make a PR now. So yeah, adding clipboard support. and fixed line up, no, fixed map call outs and map callout slash alt orbs visual bug. And then I'll just have Copilot write generate a summary. I literally don't create commit summaries anymore. I'm like super because like it's only me doing this bullshit. So I just like do this, let that go, and yep, a bunch of stuff changed, I guess. And then we're just gonna create a PR. And then I'm gonna comment to myself. I'm gonna say, looks good to me. This is absolutely schizo, by the way. Looks good to me. Yes. And then comment. And then I'm gonna put an eyes emoji on this. Yes. And then nope, I have to edit it and say LTGM. Alright. LTGM. Boom. Merge pull request. Yes. And then we're cool. Delete branch. Boop. Life is simple. Nice. Okay. If you had to restart Dara, what will you change or do to reach the level you are, or even better? I would absolutely I would not have started with game dev. I felt like game dev was just way too much for me as a kid. There was like so many things that in so many disciplines I had to learn to create games that there was no way in hell that um it wasn't gonna stunt my growth, to which it did. But it was a great way for me to get into programming. So I would say get more interested in like creating apps and stuff and like websites, and then slowly transition from there. Because I didn't learn the basics of programming. I just literally hopped from scratch into like Roblox Studio. I had like zero like background context of actually doing actual programming stuff, right? So starting with a simpler from a simpler base would have been like the smarter decision for me back then. So yeah, that's my answer to that question. Um, let's see. All right, we've pushed this, and now it's on main. Yippee ki yay! What does main look like now? Features text tag, blah, blah, blah. Architecture, dun, dun, dun. Build, versioning helper, contributing, and then just. Okay, that should be fine. This should be good. I see respect. Have you watched some animes? Oh, watch some. I've watched animes. All right, I used to watch a bunch of anime during quarantine. I would say I list my top five right now. So my top five of all fiction, depending no matter whatever, is Tokyo Ghoul, but not the anime, the manga. Absolute peak. Love Tokyo Ghoul to death. I literally have like a bunch of like. Hold on, give me a second. I have my boy right here. Oh my god, Phoenix. Okay, I have my boy right here. Tokyo Ghoul. Love Tokyo Ghoul. And then after Tokyo Ghoul, the next would be I like ReZero. I also liked what other anime did I really like? ReZero. I mean, Fire Force is up there. Um, what else is peak? What else is peak? Mushoku Tensei is also peak. Um, now I'm thinking about it. I've watched a lot. I just don't remember them that much. JJK, yeah, JJK. I read the manga. Like I'm reading modular right now. So yeah, JJK peak, and what else? AOT is peak as well. That's like a classic or whatever. Naruto, like all the other Bleach. Bleach. I read the manga for Bleach. Um, which else is peak? I'm kind of thinking about it. Just drop some names. Drop some names. What I do right now though is that I read a lot of manhwa and I read a lot of light novels. So like my current light novel I'm reading is LTM, but my favorite light novel is Shadow Slave, of course. Shadow Slave is absolutely peak. And then a manhwa. I've read so many manhwa I literally don't remember the names of them. So I've probably read at least like 100 manhwas in my life right now. All right, and then it's 33%. Okay. We should be fine now. What I'm interested in is perhaps exploring stuff with vibe coding right now. So let's look at uh convex flutter convex by Dicker Mosh. Yeah. It's been 3 months since he last made a commit to this. How many forks of this are there? It's only 4 forks, and this is what works. Contributions that are welcome. Issues. Any issues? There are no unresponded issues. The issue is that the function spec does not work based on TypeScript, only defined in the schema. Without defining return to args, convex does not validate anything based on the types. TypeScript does not do any type checking at runtime. I agree this is kind of annoying. Initially, I created a version of this to work with TypeScript types, but I found it to be too much more difficult. Oh, that makes sense. All right. For text it's not needed for 95% of the queries. It can be quite annoying to duplicate it. Oh. Okay, so let me figure out how to use this package first of all, and that'd be cool. So contains multiple packages. So it contains convex start, which is the main package for working with the backend, and then it has real-time subscriptions, automatic regression to transition, iOS, Android, web, and desktop. Nice. And then command line tool for generating Dart client code in your convex backend. It watches for all changes and generates automatically, and it supports all convex types and schemas. Generates type safe function wrappers. So this is an example of it. Great. How's it going, Dev? We're exploring Icarus Online. Icarus Online, funny, but yeah. May this my thing divine. I would low-key love to clone this code base. How about this? Can I just clone? I'm just gonna download this entire directory. Can I? So heavenly. It's going good. How are you? I'm doing good right now. Remaster example. How do I download? Okay, I might just download this entire repo. Why not? Download zip. Alright, nice. Go work. Wait, if you're not busy later, can you help me with something? Yeah, definitely. Just hit me up in a Discord later, and I should be on either today or tomorrow. I forgot tomorrow's Monday, but tomorrow in the afternoon I should be free. Issues. Okay. This package looks very promising, and it shouldn't be too bad. Okay. This should be too hard. This shouldn't be too bad. This shouldn't be too bad. It shouldn't be too bad. Alright, guys. Great stream today. I'm gonna head out and go study for my Japanese class. I have an exam in like 2 days or whatever. I have not studied for shit. So I'm gonna go like cram a bunch of vocab words into my head, and then probably later play Marvel Rivals or something. And that's pretty much it for today. Uh, thank y'all for being in the stream. If Bogdan, if you want to contact me on Discord, join the Discord and then shoot me a DM. I'll respond to it. And then yeah. All right, guys. See y'all. Nice talking to you guys to the stream. Follow me if you want to like keep watching my live streams, I guess. Join the Discord, bro. Talk to me off stream. And yeah. See y'all. Toodles. Good night, guys. Bye. And YouTube and Twitch. I see you guys. Not escaping anything. Oh, you guys don't have my face. Oh my god. I realized I was throwing. Hey guys. So yeah. Toodles.